Hey there, welcome to my channel. In this video tutorial you can see how we are gonna build a secure authentication system with the MERN Stack. If you are looking for how secure authentication system works at the industry level with a clean and modular approach, then this video is definitely for you. We follow the best practical approach. I hope my small contribution help for those who are seeking for the MERN Stack workflow and authentication system, industry level practice, modular approach, and many more. I am trying to include every level of beginners to take this course. So I designed this course in such a way. In the first chapters, we'll see basic of MERN Stack, and then create design with using the React, and create the backend from basic to advanced, and then integrate front-end and backend, and our whole process will get complete. Okay, and without wasting a time, let's see what are the things we're going to build, and those things are listed here. And in the functional requirement, we have the user registration. For the user, inside the user registration, there will be the form submission, validation, password encryption, email verification. Okay, and inside the user login, there is a form submission, authentication, session management. So with that, we use for the secure, we use the cookie and store that securely, and we use the token for the JWT JSON web token, and I think you guys have bought this one. And also we use the refresh token and then the access token. Okay, and let's go to the password management. Inside the password management, there will be the reset password and change password. And profile management, inside the profile management, there is a view profile and edit profile. And the access control, there will be the role based access control and protected routes. So before because this video is dedicated to the beginners as well, and also the students, so because of that, at first we will cover the basic, and then we will gradually advance our course. So because of that, we don't create the role based at first, and after that we'll integrate the role based. Okay, and now for the security purpose, there is a rate limiting, input validation, and HTTPS. So those are the very important things you need to learn. And user feedback, notification, and for the login success, registration and error during the process, and also logging and monitoring, activity logs, error handling, those we will look here in this project. And this is the flow diagram I have created. So this is the system for the authentication. So in the wave, once the user is guessed, they will go for the registration, and they will get the email verification with the OTP. And if they go to the email, and from there they will get one link with OTP. And once they click here, they will verify the OTP and back to the login. Or if they register and directly go to the login, they will directly go to the authenticated page. From there, they can reset the password and log out from there. And also we have the forget password. From the forget password as well, from there they can reset password with email and the reset password page. Okay, this is the complete flow we're gonna learn, and we try to cover all the things. And if there is any confusion, please let me know for that. Okay, let's start the project. Go to the Auth project, main project, and in the left side you can see the Auth project is there. And inside the Auth project, I will create the React file from the byte, and I will install that. And once you create the npm create byte, this will give you the React. And once you do that, this will ask for the project name. Then you can keep the project name as the Auth frontend, and you can select the React and plain JavaScript. Okay, and after that there is a cd auth frontend. You need to go there and install the dependency. npm install, this will install the dependency, and you can create the server file as well as auth server. After that you need to go to the root folder, that is auth server. And once you go to the root folder, you need to hit the npm init -y. This will initialize the package.json. Now you need to install the Express. Once you install the Express, and in the left side you can see we have also installed the React. Now let's check. Yeah, it's working fine. Now let's create the index file. So let's start the server as well. So let's install the Node.js. Node.js is very helpful for you in the development, because in the development you need to restart the server again and again. So Node.js will help you to restart the server, and this will be only used in the development. Okay. So I think there is a port mismatch, so let me change the port. Okay, now here you can see localhost 5500, that is running fine. Now let's enter to the auth projects, and we will work in, at first we'll complete the auth. Okay, auth frontend, and after that we will go to the server. React Flowbyte, because we are working in the React Flowbyte. So for that you need to install Tailwind, and we are using the Tailwind 3 because in the React Flowbyte version 4 Tailwind CSS is not working. So here is the documentation, you will go with this, and npx tailwind init -p. This will give you the folder is files, that is package, and that is tailwind config, and then the post css. Okay, that you require here. And after that you will copy this content to paste inside the tailwind config, and paste inside that content. And then let's check for the installation process. Let's set up this inside the index.css. Now after this let's go for the setup process for the Flowbyte Flow React, and there we need to install the Flowbyte React. And after installing this, let's install that first. Okay, now set up this inside the Tailwind, and then you can use that Flowbyte. Okay, so once you go to the Tailwind CSS config, there you can see the content in the index.html, and then the source, whatever the file extension is available, JSSTX is available there. Now let's go to the flow setup, this one. Okay, there you go. Now remove, and now we have set up that successfully. Now let's start it. Yeah, let's test with that, with the button icon. In the button, let's get the button from the React flow byte and check. And also you can do the same thing in your side, and if the button is working fine, then the folders then the setup with the flow byte is working fine. Okay, otherwise if the button is not working, if the component is not working, then there might be some issues in your side. Okay, and let's install this. Let's get this button from the React flow byte and import. Yeah, now the setup is success. Now this is all about the project we need to do, and at first there is a login, home page, and the other page are there. So for that, let's create the separate pages folder, that is auth. Inside the let's create the component at first, and then create the pages. Inside the pages you will create the auth. So if you create in this way, home.js, and inside the auth, login.jsx, login.jsx, and inside that login.jsx, okay, let me change the home JSX as well. Now go to the login and RFCA, and this will give you the functional component. RFCE, this will give the functional component, and also the component name start from capital letter. So because of that, we make the capital login, capital page, sorry, login page. Yeah, now you can this is a login page. So once you create the login page, and let's go for the routes. So in the React, you need to there is a third-party library called the React Router DOM, which handles the routes. Okay, and let's install this one as well. So once you install this, let's go to the documentation for the React Router DOM. In the documentation, you will get that copy all the browser router and paste inside the main.jsx. Now inside the routes, what you need to do, the routes groups will be present inside the routes. Okay, so let me create the component for that. What are the component we required? There is a layout. Let me change that, layout.jsx, and this will be the layout for the unauthorized or the home. Okay, not accept the auth pages, and for the auth we'll get the separate layouts, auth layouts. So let's make it the JSX, Now in the now we need to create the routes. So before that, create the layout, create the component for the layouts. So we have already installed the router, and quickly head over to what are the routes we need to create and what are the pages we required. And here we have already created the layout, login, and then the auth. And for this I have created the flow diagram for you, which will be very helpful for you, how the page are gonna work and what are the page we required. And here this is the wave. So once the user hit the URL, and they will get here, and if the user is guessed, then they will go to the registration. Once the registration is done, then once the registration is done, they will be redirected to the login page, and one email will be sent to their respective mail. So if they directly go to the verification mail and verify the OTP, and once the OTP get verified, they will redirect to the login page. So and the next option is they will directly go to the registration, they will get the email and go to the login page, and they will once the username and password matched and user successfully logged in, and the OTP, and then the once the user will get logged in, they will go to the authentication page. There we will give one option for users to verify their mail, and they can again send the mail to the they can again receive the mail by sending the resend mail. And once the resend mail, they click the resend mail, we will send the mail verification to the respective email. And once the OTP got verified, if they are logged in, then they will directly head over to redirect to the authentication page. If they are not logged in, then in that case they will go to the login page. And also you can see here there is an authenticated page, reset password, and logged in. So they can reset the password as well, and also they can logged out. Okay. And also you can see here there is a forget password. Once the forget password they clicked, they will we will send a reset password link to the respective email. Once the email, they will check the email, and once they click the link, they will go to the reset page. Once the reset is done, they will head over to the logged into the once the reset password is done, they will go to the login page, redirect to the login page, and they will do the following process. I think this flow diagram very helpful for you to understand how our system gonna work. And this is a very I think if you are a beginner or a junior developers, and the concept and then the approach that I have done here is a very best practice approach. And if you are already know the concept about this, then that is very good for you. And if you are the very beginner, then also I try to make you very clear about what we are discussing here and what we're gonna learn. And I will try to explain each and every code, line by line code, what we are doing here. Okay. Then let's quickly go to the our what we have discussed right now. This is the registration page, and this one is the login page, and this one is the forget. And once you have forget the password, then you will you need to add the email, and once you add the email, you will receive the emails. Once you receive the emails, then you can do the necessary things, right? So for that, so what we need to do at first, we need to have the login page. So we have done here for the login, we have created the JSX for the login. And also what we need to do, we need to have another page. Let me go to this check here, another registration page for the guest. registration page. Registration page. Registration registered.jsx, as they are the page but they treat as a component, right? So because of that I have added the JSX. So login, registration, and then okay, let's work for the login and registration for now. Other password also required. Let me create that also. Forget password, forget password.jsx, and another we required reset password, because we need to give user to reset their password, right? So also we need to have verify email, because they need to send the OTP for us to verify, right? JSX. So for the let me go to the now let's go for the auth layout is there. So for the auth layout I will just simply create auth layout. So if this is a component, then that should be returned, right? Div, we need to have the class name and then the flex, and let's centralize those all the element center, and let's keep the height as 100 vh. And now let's create another div and give it the class name as sm. Let's keep the weight for the large screen for okay, give the 448px, and if you're providing the value like px and then those value, then you need to provide in the array, okay, in the big bracket. So for the small, then we'll give the 100%, and let's keep the px, that means the horizontal axis, give the 10 axis, and from the top we give, let's give as a 20px. And as this one is the layout page, right? All the layouts should rendered inside here. So whatever the page is, let's quickly show you layout, outlet. So this outlet will come from React Autodom, right? So the outlet utlet. So wait, it's not working. Let me add my own. Import outlet from React router, right? So if I have added that, then you just export auth layout, right? Sorry, default. Now in the main you can go there. What you can do in the mail, you have the routes, right? So the route, inside the route you can just do a route element. You need to wrap, because this is the groups, right? In this layout you need to wrap that part in the layout. EMENT element. What is the element name? The element should be component. What was our component? Layout component. That was auth layout. So once we import this, now, so other component, this is the wrapper. Auth layout is the wrapper. So because of that, other we will add inside this. And then what we need to do, route path. What is the path? Login. And what was the element that we have just created? Login page and this login page. So instead of importing in this way, let's do one thing. Index.js. okay, let's do the index.js, and you can do export default. This in this way you can organize the code, okay, as login page as from where you can get this from the login. So instead of doing that, for the layout also you will do the same thing. Auth layout it's coming from auth layout, it's coming from auth layout. So same for the registration. Register page. So for that you will get from the register /register is there, right? So where is the register? Let me give the same regular expression like register, and okay, this will also change the register. So let me remove and again do the same stuffs. Export default, copy and then paste. Let me remove this. This is coming from register. Register page why it's giving the error. The register.jsx already included in the file. Where is this included? Let me delete this. Where is the register? There is no any register. How it's showing the error? Register.jsx. Okay, we haven't exported that, right? So go to the register and export that as register page. So this one is the register page, and from there you have export the register page. What is the issue? Register page. Register page and after that you need to have the register page. Let me copy and paste in the reset as well. This one is a reset page. Reset page. Reset page, and we have the mail verification, right? Just copy and paste it in the reset password, verify mail. So here the verify mail code will come here, the design will be there. Page. After that, what you can do in the layout. So for the layout, let me just create the RFCA layout, and for the layout I will go to the so from where you can install that layout, Navbar. So for now I will take, so this, yeah, this will I'll take, and I will copy this whole nav component and paste it there. Here, let me import this from the React flow byte. Once I import this, let me import the avatar as well. Import, and let's have the self closing. After that let me see the design. Let's go to the Auth Frontend, and then npm run dev. So let me check the design. I will paste it here. So there is a blank page, right? In the navbar, let's go there and quickly add another route. And you can add the element as layout. Okay, once you added the layout, after that a route, and this one is the index page, main page. So I'll add directly, instead of adding path, so we can directly point it as an index, and if you keep the index, then that will be the main page. Okay, element, and if you add the element app there, right? So let me get the app. Where is the app? I have already imported. Yeah, app is already there. So what is the things remaining? Okay, let me close this. Now let me refresh. I think in the index there is nothing. In the app there is a click me button is there, and layout, and so this one is the navbar. So I need to add that navbar outlet. This will be coming from React Router DOM. Import outlet from React router. So let me see what was the issue. The issue is browser router is not installed, not imported, right? So here we need to we haven't imported that, right? Browser router. Why is the suggestion is not working? Let me check whether there is that file or not. React router, sorry, this one is the server, and we have the package.json react router DOM. Yeah, we have already added, but that is not suggesting us main. So if I go there, not suggesting why. Let me bring that as well. Import browser router routes from React router. Okay, let me check. A drop down is not defined. Okay, now that error has gone. Drop down in the layout, we have the drop down. Where is that drop down? Yeah, let me import this. Yeah, now it's working, right? So there is a icon, I guess. Yeah, there is icon. So let me remove this icon for now. Icon, let me remove that icon. So, and let's make it as a clean. Okay, create the another component for this component as a navbar, custom nav, whatever you want. You can give the name JSX custom nav. So I will copy and paste that one. Where is that? That one in layout. I will hold copy, Control X, and I will paste that inside this custom nav. Then RAFCE, and once you add this navbar, then we have already imported in the layout. I will get that, Control X, and I will paste that inside the custom nav. After that, you have exported the navbar. Now I will add the index here, so in order to manage all the things. Okay, and I will export that as default custom nav from custom nav, right? So now this is available. We can import this in the inside layout. So once I import this, this will available. No, see, now this is taking a bit space, right? Let's add some container inside there, inside that. So now we have added the layout, you can see, and it's taking the more space, right? Let me wrap this inside the container. So for that, what you can do, we can just add that nav inside the div and give it some class name. So this is all coming from the Tailwind. Okay, container pt10 and mx auto. Now this is taking the this space, and I think this one is not required for now. So let me quickly remove this. Home service about is not required for us, so I will remove this. And this setting is also not required for us. Let me remove this as well. And here the username will be there, and also the name, your email should be there. And what else we required? We just required here, instead of flow byte, we'll add auth, and let me get one component for that. I will add the one package, that is npm install react icons, so which enables the icons for us. So I will go to the icon site, react icons. So from here, what icons you required, you can import that. So for the auth, we required some icons. One icons is required in there. So let me get this icon. And I will paste it inside there. And that I can get as in this way. And then the class name, I'll get the certain, increase the text size, that means the icon size, to XL, and I will keep the certain icon is there. Why the icon is not showing? Let me see. React icons. Okay, let me run the server, npm run dev. So let me give certain margin, mr2. Okay, so now again I required one file that is for the background, and this will looks clean. So I'll get that image. So I have pasted that image here. This one is the image that is available in the public, inside the public folder. So from wherever you could require, you can get that. Okay, so I need to include that file. So let me get that from the import and get that file inside the index. So what I can do, just I will give that background in the whole body. So for that, background image URL, what could be the URL? VG. You can directly get that image. Okay, JPG. So that image, and let me give the background position as well. Background position should be center, and background size should be cover. So this will fill up all the area. Height 100 bh, that means 100% vertical height. Now yeah, this one is the navbar, and we are giving some icons and auth. Inside in there you will get the username and then the email. Okay, Now quickly I'll go to the login page. Inside the login, go to the login page. I'll go to the login page. Inside the login, you will have the username, password, right? So username, password we required, and first we have the login email, login icon, and the login title. So for that, what I can do, just I will copy that layout. Navbar, there is auth. This I will copy from here, and I will just paste it inside login, because this icon required there, and I'll remove this one. So let me check at first the login is working or not. Login route, login, yeah, this one is the login page, right? The route is working fine. Now let me remove this, and I'll add that icon. The icon name auth, this one is the icon, and I will give the certain class, increase the text size, that means the icon size, with the 5 pixel, and also the class name. I will give the flex, and then the flex col, that will show in the flex column basis, and then the items center gap, I will give it as a 4, and give the title as a login. That one is h1. The class name, I will give it as a text 2xl font. Let's make it bold, and MB10. Okay, the name is login, and let's add form. So this is the React fragment, so I will add another thing, that is input. So for the input, I will bring that input from here, input, where is the form? Let me see the form. Okay, there is a form. So now for the email, I'll copy and paste. Okay, inside that we'll have let me copy whole things from there. Form is there, button is also there. Let me copy this and paste inside there. So I need to import this from there, React flow byte, the component, whatever the component I have used. So I need to install all the component, and the button is there. So once you installed, then you can see the output login, right? Your email, your password, and then the submit form. Okay, now what you can do, simply make it as a usual, because we need this input in the login as well, right? Or in the register as well. So for that, I'll make it as a custom component. So this one is the common component we can use in wherever we required, common. And then inside the common, I will give the name as custom input, custom input.jsx, and I will copy this one and paste inside there. Common. Let's keep the React fragment. And I will copy and then the paste. Okay, we need to get that from the React byte, and also the input we will be getting from the React byte. Okay, so now you can get that here. So instead of doing that, I will just simply pass in this way, and let me export that. Custom input custom input, sorry, inside the common there is a custom input. Now copy and paste inside login form. Now you can import this, and also for the password you can do the same thing. The input type is a text, sorry, input type is email, and then the input type is a password, and the name is a password, placeholder, simply give the password. So same for this, name, your email, sorry, name, email, and the type is email, and the placeholder, let's give it as a example at gmail.com, and give it the full width, so that is not required. So you need to get the same output but not getting, right? Because you are passing that as a props, so you need to accept that in the props. How you gonna take that? You're gonna take that in the label, and then the placeholder, and then the name, and whatever the rest are there, that will be the spirit operator. Whatever we are getting, that destructuring the value, and the remaining value, whatever the remaining props, that will be stored in there, and you can simply add that below as a props. Okay, and then the label, where you require the label, in this email also you will require the label. So for that I will simply Control D, and I'll remove this one, and so instead of doing that, just get the label, and for the placeholder I will give the placeholder, and for the name I will give the name. Where is the name is not there, I will simply give the name as name. Okay, and for the email I will leave it as email. For the email I will leave it as a text, and if the type is not available in the rest, that will set automatically the text. Okay, so now the email, password, submit is done. After that you need to have the register page, right? regis register page. So once you go there, inside the register page, in this register page we need to bring the design same layout as login, and let's see what we need to bring here inside this. This one, inside this we have a login. We have already done the login page, and let's do for register, and we haven't created the register page now. So let me bring the quickly for the login page design, copy and paste, because most of the things are same in here as well. We don't require remember me, so I will remove. And we require the submit button, we require the email, and also we require the password, right? I will copy this and change the name as confirm password, and the placeholder will be the password as password. And for the label, let's keep it as a confirm password. Now password. So here also we require the username above, the type, username type would be text, and in the name we need to have the username, and inside the placeholder we need to have the username as well, username, or the simply keep the example as username John ST. Okay, and instead of login we'll give as a register. And for this, let me check the React icons. From there we will get the icon. Okay, register. Let's import this one. And remove this and replace with this component, this icon. And when we don't require those, we remove those. And instead of login page, we need to have register, right? Register page. Now what we need to do, register for the register page. Let me check whether it is working fine or not. For the register page, let me bring that register page inside the main component. This one is the register component, and copy and paste. For the register page, let me give the design and the route as register, and import from file register from the page. And also this should come from the auth pages. Let me comment out this one. Auth pages, and the auth layout also should come from the auth pages, right? So we can manage this in this way, and the route would be register so register is working fine, and now a login is also working fine, right? So for the login, let me add something in this, inside the login. What we need to add, we need to have inside the login page, we need to have, once we click, let's keep the div. Inside the div, let's give a span. Inside the span, you don't have account, and then let's give it a link to register. Once we click this link, it should navigate to sign up page, right? That is register. sign up. So let's give slash as well in front of this, and now make it centralize. Class name, text, center, and pt padding top, let's keep it 5. Sign up. Now let's check what was the issue. Link is not defined. Let me check why the link is not defining. I think we have forgot to import this link. The link is not suggesting, right? Import link. We need to get this link from React router DOM, right? So now this should come from React router DOM. Now this should work. Yeah, now it's working fine. And also we need to have the forget password page. So before working that, once we click, this should go to the register page. Now also we need the same field in here as well. Let me copy quickly that and paste inside the register. Inside the register, you already have account, and if the user has already account, then you need to have sign in, right? Sign in. Now let me import this link as well here. Yeah, this is coming from React router DOM. We have imported this one. So the link should be, instead of register, we need to have a login. Once user click in this login, they will navigate to login page. Yeah. Now we need to have another page, that is forget password page, right? For the forget password, what we need to have? We need to have the email box, and where they can send the email and get the email, right? Send the email and they will get that. If the account is exist, then they will get the email in that particular mail, right? So for that, let me go to the forget password page. This one is the forget password page, right? So I will import I will copy the login page, copy, and then password inside this forget password, and let's give it a name, forget password, right? So this one is the forget password page, and inside this, what you can do, forget password. In this field, what we required, we just required email field, right? Once the user give us the email, we will check that email, and if that email is already registered in our database, then we will send them to the forget password link, and from there they can reset the new password, right? So for that, what we required the email. So if they have already sign up, then they will go for the sign up, and if they know the password, then they will go to the login, right? So let's give the login instead of sign up, sign in. So before doing this, what we can do, let's quickly, we don't require those checkbox and input, both in login as well. I think in the login also that is available. We don't require this, right? Now forget password page is also we have done, and let's import quickly from where we expect this. The navigation would be, the page source is forget password, right? Forget password, and give it a name as forget password page, as this is a component, right? Whether we give the we don't matter if we give the name as a page or something, but it's treated as a component, right? so we need to accept this as a component. So because of that, we need to give the namespace spacing as capitalize in front of component name, right? See, all the component name is starting from capitalize. Login page, that is starting from capitalize, and all the other components are also starting from the capitalize. So now let's jump inside the main. Let's create another route for this forget password and add this forget password. For this, the link should be forget password, right? Forget password, and let's give it a component name, and this should come from pages auth, right? See, we can manage in this way from the same directory, same file. We are expecting all the component, and from where you can easily get that access. Now what you can do now, after creating the routes, let's go to the login, because the user will go to the forget password page from here, right? So what we can do inside this, let me create one forget password link inside this one, checkbox, and then the label is there, right? So what you can do, you can give a div, and inside the div you can place it here, and let's make the to child, okay, div, and inside this one is the parent div class name, and this one is the parent div, and this one is the child div, and let's give the another child as well for the forget password link, right? So for that, we need to give the link. From where that link will come, this will come from React algorithm, right? To, and user should click, when the user should click this file, they need to go to the forget password page, right? Forget password. This name, this route name should match this one, right? This path should match this name, right? These two should be matched in this way. The route will navigate to that respective page. Now give it as a forget password. So in the class name, let's give it as a, and the text, let's give the small, good, right? So let's check whether it is working or not. So let me add the design quickly, because this is not looking good. So let me add flex and justify space between. So if you don't have the idea about the flex concept, then I have created the video already. We required only this, copy inside this. Let me check. Now this one is working fine, right? So let's click this. So we have we are in the login forget password page, right? So let me change the name quickly. Forget password. Let me go to the forget password and change the name. So after that, what we required, once the user hit the email and submit, we will send them one email, and in that email we will send a reset password link. So once they click to the reset password link, they will go to the reset page, right? So let me design the reset page as well. Here the reset page. So for that, what we required the password and then the confirm passwords, right? So let me change this quickly, redesign reset password, reset password page. So in the reset password page, we will give the name as reset password, and we don't require the email. We don't require the username as well. We don't require the email, and submit, and then we don't require this as well. Now let's create the route. Okay, route here, let me export that. Reset password page. So instead of this, the source is reset password. So now let me create the route. Reset password. This should come from page auth. So reset password. So once they click the reset password from email, they will follow this link. Now what you can do, you can simply now the reset password, let me give the link from the URL only to whether it is working or not. Check. Now the reset password is also working, but the but the thing is, your email, we have given the email. Instead of email, we need to give the type, and then the name, and the label is missing there. Label would be your password, right? And another label could be repeat password. Now check your email, and then the label. Why the label is not working? Type the email, label, and now check the import. Sorry, we haven't given the label. Sorry, we have already given the label, but the value should be label, right? Now let me check. Login, we haven't provided the label in the login, right? So let's check. Login, so let's provide the label. Your email, and inside there password. Yeah, in the register we need to give the label. Register label as your username, email, password, repeat password. forgot password, sign in, sign up. Yeah, now everything is working fine, right? So before that, let's go there, and if the auth is not there, in that case what we need to give, we need to give the login button inside there, right? So let's go to the navigation. Inside the navigation we are having this, right? Let user is authenticated false. Let's keep it an authenticated false. If authenticated is false, then what we can give, instead of this drop down, we can simply give, if authenticated is there, then the user can get this toggle button, right? But if not, then we need to give them the button, and the button, inside the button, what you need to provide, we need to provide login, okay, and button, the login. So once user click this button, get that, use navigate from the React router term, so which help us to navigate that. Const navigate, right? So let me copy, instead of creating the function, I will just give it a callback function, and once we click this, that should navigate to a login page, right? So let's check. Now the login button is there, and once user will click this, they will go to the login page, right? So for now we don't require this click me button, so quickly remove this. Inside there, the click me buttons is there. So here you can provide one text. What you can provide, welcome authenticated system, right? So let me provide that. You can simply provide that h1 and welcome authenticated system. Let's make the text larger, 6XL, and font bold. And if you provide this, then this should be in the capitalize. You can see here, now we need to centralize, right? So for that you can simply use the flex concept. So here you can provide one div, wrap with the div as well, and give the class name as, let's keep the height as 500 pixel, and the flex, and justify center, and items also center. Let me check. Yeah, now this is in the center, right? So also we need to give the user status. Now this is the guest, right? So this is not logged in, so because of that this one is guest right now. So let me give the user as guest. So h1, or you can give it as pipe, this doesn't matter, okay? And so guest, because we don't have other functionality, once the API will get complete, then other functionality will done, okay? Valid case will check later on once the API will get complete. Now I'm giving the default value, okay, for all of those. And then we need to provide the text as, let's give it as a 2XL, and the margin top as 5, and let's keep it as a block display block, and font let's make it as a bold, and the text as gray. Okay, text gray 700. Now I think this looks good. This is coming in this way, right? So let me give this inside one of the div. So we have given the flex. Because of that, it's aligning in the right side, in the left side, right side, right? So for that reason, let's keep it a div and wrap it inside that. Now this one is also working fine, right? Let me also make the button as this. You can simply provide the gradient. There we need to provide the gradient, right? So for the gradient, in the navigation bar, button is there. So in the gradient duotone, tail to line, I think this will work. Line, yeah, now it's looking good. And also let me bring the icon. This one is coming from the React icons. Now these both are looking good, right? I think we have forgot one thing, verify email. So for the verify email, okay, let's design the verify reset page also. Okay, verify OTP, verify OTP. So for this verify OTP, what you can do, so once the user will be in the verify OTP, let me create the export this export default as verify OTP page from verify email, and create the route for that. Route verify OTP element verify OTP page. Now here let me check this verify OTP route / verify OTP. This one is a verify OTP, right? So for that also, let me bring the login page concept. Let me bring this to see. We don't require all, we just require the verify OTP. Copy and then paste in the verify email. So this is coming from SI, and the login input is coming from the input. So we don't require the input also here, okay? Because we will make this should have the verify OTP should have in the 6 digit, right? So let me show you verify OTP, how the design should looks like. See, we look this image, this design should looks like in this way, right? So we don't require those input. So instead of those, we will create own, okay, for that. Verify we don't require this, and we require the submit buttons, and instead of this, verify by email by OTP. Okay, so let me create the design quickly. Inside this, let's get that flow byte docs. Yeah, we require this one, right? So let me get this one, copy and paste inside this form. Data focus, and let's change the class as class name. Class name. Once you change the class name, I think with this we don't require, right? So let me remove, and we require the button. Let me add this button, and now we don't require this one. Form is there. Now let's check whether it is working or not, right? Verify OTP. This one is not working. Let me check. What was the issue? Button is not defined. Let me check. Button. Let me import this, and HTML for. Instead of for, we need to provide the HTML for. Where is the for? Here. Instead of this, we need to provide HTML for, right, for the JavaScript. Let me check. In the max length, we need to provide what is the max length? Control F. Max length. So instead of max length, let me give it the capital. Okay, max length. And I think there is no warning. Yeah, there is no warning. Let's make that. Let's make this submit as block. Same as this. Verify email OTP. Verify email OTP. Verify email OTP. So div, Control X inside this. Now class name as a block, empty 6 MB4, and let's give it the class name W width as 48 and MX auto. This will make the center, right? Yeah, but this also we need to centralize this one, right? So for that, what you can do, we need to add the certain classes inside this. So before doing that, instead of repeating all the code, let me make it one single. So let me remove all those things. Instead of those, we can get that in the single. So for that, what you can do, we have how many element we have? We need the 6 element, 6 input, right? So for that, you can create the array 6, and this will give the 6 element items array, right? 6 length array. So you can provide the map. So for that map, let's keep the underscore. We don't require any value, so let's keep it as underscore, and then the index. Okay. So inside this, you can copy that and paste inside, and let's keep the key as index +1. Okay, and the code will be, and then the code will be code. Let's keep the code as code index +1, and also in the HTML4 you need to replace with backslash, and inside this, what you can do, you can simply add index +1. Okay, now what is missing? In the ID also you can do the same thing. Copy and paste. And for the yeah, this is all about. Now let me bring inside the center. Now we are getting the 6 input, right? So to make it center, what you can do, let me grab that inside this. Flex is there, space is there, justify center. Now this is in the center. Now also give this one P, copy, and then you can paste inside below this line. Okay, instead of class, we need to give the class name. So let's check whether it is working or not. Okay, now I think all the page we have done. Login, register, forget, reset, and OTP. Verify OTP. What's the name? What was the name? Verify OTP, right? Verify OTP. Verify OTP. Let me check what was the route. Sorry, verify OTP. Here we need to check verify OTP. We are checking from the previous, right? So because of that, it's showing that route does not match. So also need to create the 404. So for that, let me create one page for the page not found. Inside this, page not found JSX page not found. So let me make it as a centralized. Okay, so for that I will get that items from app. So let me keep the height and then make it at the center. Class name page not found. Page not found and then inside this let me make it as a bold. So for the bold also I'll take from there h1 inside this we'll go and copy and then paste. Okay, now let me make the route inside this. So once if no routes as found, route element route path is asterisk, then what you can give page not found, right? Page not found. So let me give this inside this one and then now check. So once checks all the routes, and if all the routes has not found, not match the routes, then this should give we need to accept we need to get 404. That means page not found, right? So let's add something. See, we see page not found. Okay, now I think this makes sense. This is working fine. And now let's go for the other. Okay, so for the now let's quickly head over to the solver, that is the API part. Now let's define the API routes and create the API files. Okay, now couple of optimization required. Let's start the backend server. While integrating, we will complete the optimization steps. Stay tuned for the next video. Please subscribe and share for now. Thank you for watching.